see me floating around all night, taking pictures and just capturing media, you know, because that's just what I'm good at.
How's everyone feeling? How's everyone feeling today?
Good, good.
What an honor it is to make you guys over the next 3 to 5 minutes feel uncomfortable. What an honor it is to actually follow Stephen, who I've had the opportunity to get to know over the last couple of months. And Stephen will tell you in private that one of the words that I keep using when I describe him to others, because I'm a big fan, is that he's a disruptor. And I say that with the absolute most respect that I possibly can. I only have about the next 15 or 20 minutes to kind of steal the show or own the show tonight. But the truth is, if there's a takeaway, if there's anything you learn from the next couple of days here, it's that standing out, putting yourself in a position to set a new standard, and in the process disrupting, creating new markets, expanding new markets, is something that you have the ability to do. But I told you I'd make you feel uncomfortable, right? So let's all stand up. One of the things that I hope that, when I look back, and I'll share my story with you, when I look back on the last 10 years of my success in building one of the nation's fastest growing companies, and I reflect on, what were those moments that truly define the success of our company. I believe that it was my ability as a leader to get my team to increase their energy levels and to set new standards individually. So what I want to share with you is basically a metaphor. It's the get it up, bring it, make it happen metaphor. So let's start by just kind of getting loose and doing what Tony Horton likes to call the wacky P90X. Come on, everybody. One of the things we used to do at Pepperjam to get everybody's energy level up was something we took from the Tony Robbins show that I flew my entire executive team to go see. And here's how it goes. And I want you guys to do it with me. The idea here is to get your energy levels up when it's 12 midnight, when it's 1 in the morning, and you don't want to work hard anymore. When it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you're still dreaming about becoming that multi-millionaire success story that I've had the honor of sharing and experiencing. What I want you to do now is just follow the lead here. This is what Tony Robbins does. He goes, ooh, come on. Ooh. Blake, come on over here and lead one of those, would you?
That's the boy.
It's good for everybody.
I knew for you, my man.
Let's just lead one of these.
All right, thank you. Let's do it. You first.
No, you're up.
I didn't watch that good.
Thanks, extend. Everybody can sit down. The reason I called it a metaphor is that what you want to do as individuals, as you continue on your mission to become successful, to experience life at high levels, figure out a way of being able to bring it, to snap yourself into higher levels of energy. Because if you think about the moments in your life that you've had your greatest successes, your greatest personal achievements and accomplishments, my guess is that you were able, at that moment of excellence, to put yourself into a state of mind that defined your success. So, one of the things that I wanted to share with you is that regardless of what your idea is, and ideas are important, regardless of the people you meet, the great fortune you have and the mentors that you adopt, attitude will define your success or failure as much as anything else in your life. If you bring it, if you could put yourself in the state and have the right attitude, and I don't simply mean having a positive attitude. As Tony Robbins says, listen, guys, if you have a garden, there's going to be weeds in your garden. Pick the damn weeds and move on. Find what it is that makes you passionate. Find what it is that you own, whether it be creativity, whether it be a special talent to play a musical instrument, whether it be the ability to lead, whether it be the ability to create teams, whatever it is, you need to bring it and you have to have the right attitude. And just simply being positive isn't enough. And simply wanting it isn't enough. You've got to get yourself up. You've got to figure out a way of setting a new standard. Second thing I want to share with you is culture, which leads me to this quick story of who I am and how I was able to build what I built as an entrepreneur. So as Stephen said, my name is Kris Jones. I founded a company here in northeastern Pennsylvania called Pepperjam. It was just me and an idea to set the world on fire by leveraging the internet and helping businesses take advantage of the mediums that existed in 2003, 2004, and what I believed were new channels and new mediums that were going to redefine media. I built an internet marketing company. For the first 3 or 4 years of its life, it was marketing services. We helped people with pay-per-click, search engine optimization, affiliate marketing, online media buying, and a whole number of other tools and tactics and strategies you'll need to make your business successful. 2006, we said marketing services, we had scaled the business at that point. We went from 1 employee to probably 70 or 80 employees by 2006. And we said, it's time to innovate. It's time to build some technology. So what we did is we built an affiliate network. We called it Pepperjam Network. And that affiliate network, we set out to do one thing. It was to unseat one of 3 market leaders that were all owned by publicly traded companies and well-funded. The story ends, or it never ends, but the story leads to the fact that we're there, we've done it, and we've accomplished that. But over the years, and as I built the company, one of the things that really truly defined our success and got people in this region really excited about what's possible, especially in young people, in young professionals, is the fact that what we did at Pepperjam is we created a culture that made people feel, at first, uncomfortable. They would come into our environment. We had members of Congress. We had elected officials. We had the honor of hosting the leadership of most of the major universities locally. And they would come in with the tassels on their shoes, and my English bulldog would run over and bite one of the tassels off. I'd warn them beforehand. I'd say, you wear tassels on your shoe. My English bulldog, who ran around our office for 5 years, grew up in our office, is gonna bite the tassel off your shoe. They'd walk into my office, see me in jeans and a t-shirt, know that I have a master's degree, a law degree. It's uncomfortable. Like, what is this guy doing here? And then they'd see a trampoline on my floor. They'd walk into our main area of our office, and they'd see that we have energy drink machines and a big Red Bull cooler that we gave free to all of our employees. If they came in on a Friday, they'd see that we have Pizza Fridays where we order like 70 pizzas and just allow people to eat whatever they want. We'd see the guests would see people coming and going because we have a Starbucks down on the first floor and a Dunkin' Donuts across the street. They'd go into the middle part, really our game room, where people in the middle of the day would be playing ping pong, would be playing, Nintendo Wii, among many other things. And I would get asked by every reporter, first, how are you able to be such a successful company and grow and be celebrated the way you have by doing these type of things? And I'll tell you what. Culture, next to attitude, is one of the most critical ingredients as you're building your company to really set yourself apart from your competition and set a fire in the belly of your employees. We didn't have rules. We didn't say to our employees that you had to dress a certain way. We said you could dress the way you want. And that, the way you dress is only an example of allowing someone to actually be creative and just do their own thing. We had people dress up on days when other people dress down. We had people come in late, stay late. We had people come in early and leave early, come in early, and stay late. But we had a really, really productive environment. So, when you guys are, over the next 2 days, you're going to be on hot seat to develop ideas, to move when Stephen says move. You're going to be able to tap into the resources of the Carla Porter and a Larry Rinish. And
My recommendation is to do that. The third thing I wanted to share with you is that, honestly, despite the extraordinary experiences that I've had, I would be nobody without, in my mind's eye, images of who I want to be. So what I would encourage each of you guys to really think about and take seriously and find in your mind's eye someone who's excellent and someone who you could ideally look up to for inspiration, for example, is a mentor. And I don't mean, no offense, I don't mean the mentor like, you know, I'm studying psychology, so I want to find somebody in psychology. I mean a mentor. You could have a bunch of mentors, but I mean a mentor that has excelled and redefined industries, who is able, I just got up and had you all doing this wacky thing. I was able to do that in front of, 25 people. The only reason I was able to do that is because Tony Robbins is one of my mentors, and he does it in front of 10,000 people. Hell, I could do it in front of 50 or 100. Having mentors and making sure those mentors help you steadily get towards the goals that you want to achieve is absolutely critical. The last thing I'll share, and by the way, when you ask, if I were to ask you guys individually, who's your mentor? By the way, my mom's my mentor. My mom has gone through more than I could have time to share. Disabled for 20 years. She used to be a leading businesswoman locally. She's a mentor. But that's not what I mean here, gang. I don't mean your parents. I mean someone in an area that you aspire to define. And I like Stephen's concept behind Start-up Scramble, where this doesn't all have to be about business and making money. I never would have made the kind of money that I've had the opportunity to make or experienced the kind of things that I've experienced if all I was after was money. I can tell you, that's not what I was motivated by, and it's not what I'm motivated by now. You have to find something that truly inspires you and motivates you. Once you do that, that's where you're going to be setting a new standard. That's where you need a mentor that is going to stretch the shit out of what you think is possible individually. What you think is possible as a leader. What you think as possible as just about anything that you could replace that with. The final thing, after attitude, culture, and mentor, are, it's similar to mentors, but it's basically, should I call it, I don't want to call it adages, but let's put it this way. Learn from the successes, sorry to put my back to you guys, of others. Let me just start that. What I really mean there is that, for me, I like to keep it simple, stupid. Despite having completely unrealistic, uncomfortable, are you crazy, Kris, type of expectations for what I could accomplish personally, I use some really simple adages and quotes that I use in my sort of mind's eye again to inspire me and to keep me centered and keep me focused. So to give you an example of the most simple, Warren Buffett, and I've said this probably 100 times, because I have the gift of public speaking quite frequently, and I try to use this quote as much as I can. It's as simple as this. You hire smart people and you get out of their way. Wow, sounds like rocket science, right? I could tell you, being an entrepreneur, there's nothing more difficult than stepping away from your baby, from decentralizing, from saying, what's your name, sir? What's your area of expertise? By the way, it's not mine. Saying, hey, Franklin, this guy's got mad-ass skills in finance. He's just got really great critical thinking skills in finance and has the ability to crunch numbers in a way that I never will. Let go of the whoopee, you know? Hire smart people and get out of their way. Second thing is simple. Keep it simple, stupid. These are in my mind's eye. I could close my eyes, fall asleep, and repeat these things to you guys, and I've been thinking about it for 10 years, and they've been inspiring me the whole way. There are no failures in life, only results. Oh my God, forget everything I said. Forget everything that Stephen told you. Forget everything that Larry and Carl is going to tell you and everybody else. Guys, there are no failures in life, only results. Failure is one of life's greatest opportunities. I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs have failed because they were afraid to embrace and learn from failure. Failure is an opportunity to not do something again. Failure is an opportunity to share a lesson as a mentor. Failure is an opportunity, honestly, to revise your strategy. You have to fail in order to succeed. You know what failure is? Failure is a step in the direction of success. So, I've had the opportunity, first off, speaking in northeastern Pennsylvania to colleagues and friends, and getting an invite like I did to speak here as a keynote is a true honor. I've said, although I feel great tonight, I feel in the zone, I want to stay with you guys the whole weekend, but I can't because I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow. I've said that, there's a much higher standard for me when I'm speaking locally, when I'm talking to my neighbors, when I'm talking to people. You might know my dad, you may know my sister Jennifer. So I just want to, I can't really define it, but I just want to share with you guys how much of an honor it is that I've been given the amazing gift of the floor right now. It's a true honor, and I hope that many of you probably have experienced it, but I hope you experience it more. And for those of you that haven't, what a great gift when you go from sitting in the audience to standing up here and having the floor. I hope you guys enjoy the book, believe it or not. It's the second edition of a book that I originally wrote in 2008. I wrote it for Wiley Publishing. I was asked on WVIA, which is like the local PBS affiliate, what I thought when I look back, were sort of some of my defining moments, or really accomplishments that I truly was humbled by. Not, hey, he sold his company, everybody's like, on that day, it was kind of a sad day for me. I didn't want to, was I going to go out and just start buying shit? No. What Bill Kelly from WVI asked me, Kris, what was one of the defining moments of your life? Anyway, it was a call that I got unsolicited from Wiley Publishing, a top 3 publisher, who said, hey, Kris, we believe you're a subject matter expert on search engine marketing, placement in Google. And I said, shit, yeah? I've been doing this for 10 years. Yeah, I'm an expert. And they said, we want you to write a book on search engine optimization. I said, I've been doing that since 1999. However, we want you to do it for our visual blueprint series. And I was like, whoa, I'm not visual. Long story short, I decided to take on the challenge in 2008. Started writing it in 2007. It was published in April of 2008. That book was the best-selling book in the United States of America on the topic of search engine marketing in 2008 and 2009. I sold over 20,000 copies in the first print. They came to me, of course, with a larger advance, higher percentage of the royalties. Trust me, it's not a lot, but it's still great to be able to accomplish. And I wrote the second edition. You guys all get a copy of it. I'm going to stop there because I got to get home. For my 2 kids, I have a 2-year-old little boy. His name is Kris Jr. and a 6-year-old little girl named Lauren. And my absolutely amazing wife, Robin, who knows more NFL football players than I do, and I know quite a few. I knew that she was the one for me when the first time she stayed at my apartment. We woke up on a Sunday morning and she went dun 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 dun. Of course, that's the NFL theme song, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is the life. Guys, live your life with passion. Find what it is that you're good at and exploit it. Wring it out like the fullest sponge of water that you've ever had in your life. Find a way of inspiring yourself when others aren't inspired. Find a way of inspiring other people. Find a way of motivating yourself when nobody else is around. The truth is, for the most part, regardless of all this stuff, the journey is your own. And it's your opportunity to define yourself however you want. I think Stephen has demonstrated how he wants to define himself. And I think that it sets an example for all of us. I guess I'm supposed to do some Q&A if anyone has any questions. I am going on vacation tomorrow morning, so maybe just a couple of questions. Any questions? How much money I sold my company for? That's usually a question.
Do you answer?
I usually talk on how you monetize web traffic and how you make money online. I was in the UK a couple of years ago after, speaking to that crowd, affiliate marketing crowd, and I said to them, how many people, and there was probably 400 people in the room, and I said, how many people in this room, this is a true story, I swear to God, how many people in this room make more than $10,000 a month, clear, profit, because of listening, because of hearing me speak on this particular topic? And I was talking about search arbitrage, like affiliate marketing search arbitrage. Gang, 400 people in the room, how many people raised their hand? This is serious. How many? I would have been happy with 2. There were probably about 25 people who raised their hand. I mean, it was just an amazing. So anyway, the point of that is, do you have any specific questions? Search marketing, affiliate marketing, on how to be a successful entrepreneur, on how to stare failure in the face and just embrace it.
Who bought your company? Can I ask?
Yeah, sure. I sold my company to a publicly traded company called GSI Commerce. And they're located, their headquarters are in King of Prussia, but they have about 5,000 employees and probably 15 offices around the world. And it was a company that I dreamed for years about selling my company to. And I feel really, really good about the direction they're taking the technology that we built. So, Carla.
What's next for affiliate marketing? In the world of affiliate marketing, what's coming up?
I think, affiliate marketing in its essence is pay-for-performance marketing. So in other words, when you're spending media dollars online, there's differing layers of accountability. With true pay-for-performance marketing, it defines the least level of risk and most accountability back to the advertiser. So I believe that affiliate marketing will be more broadly defined as like performance marketing or pay-for-performance marketing. And I think affiliates, because it started out as a, sort of like a renegade cowboy type of industry, I think it'll be redefined and much more mainstream, as it already is. I mean, GSI Commerce is a multi-billion-dollar company who bought Pepperjam because of our affiliate technology. So I think, Google bought a company called DoubleClick, who also owned Performix, who was a top 3 leading affiliate network. That only happened in the last 2 or 3 years. So Google's acquisition, GSI Commerce's acquisition, among others, I think, suggests that it's going to be much more mainstream. And I think if you want to make money in affiliate marketing, you have to sort of look at opportunities beyond just, the traditional definition of affiliate marketing.
Can you make those definitions, clarify pay-per-performance versus the traditional basis?
Traditional affiliate marketing, in a nutshell, was retail-based, meaning that as a website owner, first, affiliate marketing gives website owners who have traffic coming into their website the ability to monetize that traffic on a pay-for-performance basis by sending out traffic that converts into a sale or to a lead. The traditional space was defined by retail transactions, where you'd get a percentage, let's say 10%, of a variable shopping cart. Say the shopping cart was $100, you'd get $10. That's where the space was really defined through Commission Junction, Linkshare, and a company called Performix. About 4 years ago, a new breed of affiliate networks sort of came along and really disrupted the space in a positive way. And they started to offer a different focus. Less retail, much more lead generation. So think about financial services, think about education, those kind of things. And so the publisher's affiliates, which I started out as an affiliate from 2000 through 2003 before I launched Pepperjam, I was an affiliate marketer. But what I was focused on then was retail. 2004 forward, there were guys like me who were doing affiliate marketing that were able to make, and still do make, tremendous amounts of commission income through different forms of affiliate marketing. Now, there's a company called Impact Radius who's trying to redefine what performance marketing is all about. It's not only about retail, it's not only about lead-based, financial services, education-based marketing. It's about anything. It could be traffic, paying on a pay-per-click basis. It could be impressions. It could be behavioral targeting. So it's about keeping an open mind about how you sell your traffic and doing it on a pay-for-performance basis. It's all about, I don't want to get too technical, but it all comes down to your earnings per click or your earnings per impression. And there's some real kind of mathematical ways of making a boatload of money. I have a friend at MIT who graduated from MIT, who I think he's got his PhD in math, has been able to make millions and millions of dollars through some real simple formulas that he uses in the affiliate marketing space.
Oh, what's next for you?
Next question. No, you know, when I first, I'm still a consultant to the company that I sold, and I will be through at least probably the end of the year. I started an early stage investment fund. I took $1 million from what part of the payout that I got and created an investment fund to invest in early stage companies. I've met with about 25 companies since April in northeastern Pennsylvania, and I've kind of been on a junket trying to get a perspective of what's out there and what to do. I've made investments already, but they haven't been disclosed. And I'm also doing a bunch of other things and spending a lot of time, you know, with young entrepreneurs and trying to steal their energy and give them some of mine. Stephen.
What's next for the grassroots startup scene in northeastern Pennsylvania? How does it move from its current state? How does it happen to a vibrant and thriving scene where, you know, the cafes are filled with people trying to start different ventures?
You guys ever seen UFC?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever see like the toughest guys, how long they last in the ring, no matter how many times you hit them, no matter how many times you hit them below the belt and kind of screw up their, you know, their way of thinking and their way of, you know, their physiology. Believe it or not, what I've seen, you know, when I see guys like you do what you have the ability to do, I can't tell you how important it is towards moving the needle. But I believe the answer to that question is twofold. One, there's a lot more going on, but we don't do a real great job about getting it out than you would probably expect. There's a lot more going on than you would expect. And number two, while you make people feel uncomfortable in a positive way, there aren't enough of you, or there aren't as many that have the guts and the talent and they exist. But remember what I was talking about before, by somehow figuring out a way of bringing yourself, setting a standard. Here, I want you to get up right now and do that thing with me. Come on. Let's do it. Come on. Just you and I. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does it feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, it does.
Cool, man. Thanks. I mean, just, you know, setting a new standard, doing things that make you feel uncomfortable. I mean, you know, Stephen doesn't have all the answers, neither do I. None of us do. But, you know, I think one thing we probably share is we like to have fun. You know, we'd like to move the needle. So you need more people like that. You need to be, I think while you were disruptive in the process, I mean, look at the stature of the type of people that you got buy-in from. And here we are. After you said, I'm going to do this in northeastern Pennsylvania, I was able to do it in D.C. and elsewhere. And you did it. So, you know, you have to, it's about a paradigm shift only occurs when many sub-elements come together. And as they're built, you'll have a shift. I could tell you what Pepperjam and Solid Cactus, Breaker Boy Drums, and Rinish, and iGourmet.com, and so many others, what we've done to create an e-commerce cluster in northeastern Pennsylvania has moved that needle significantly. So it's happening. I'd love to grab lunch with you and see how we could put you on some boards where decisions are being made, because that's where a lot of the kind of needle moving goes. It's where I spend a lot of my time personally in trying to move the needle. But I think you just have to remain optimistic and be willing to kind of stand up and you know, and be heard and carry out your vision. Any last points, sir?
I'm still a student here at the university,
Congratulations.
and I am in a position where I don't know whether to enter the job market and then go back, because I want to go to law school, and I've considered getting an MBA, and I know you said you had both. What do you think the benefit is of having both? I know regardless, a law degree is going to help you in any field you go, but is the MBA also beneficial?
I have a master's in science from Villanova. I don't have an MBA, and I have a law degree from Albany Law. You know, it has to be, you know, it's your life's journey. You know, how important is it to you? Like, I'm hoping that we're all not just getting our education so we make more money, right? Isn't it about the journey? I had a professor at Penn State University, Aaron Pincus. That's where I went undergrad. He grabbed me by the shirt one day. He said, you know, how you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm doing great. He's like, meet me for a beer at 4 o'clock. So we met at the Nittany Lion Inn. He had a pitcher of Guinness. And he told me to experience life like the Grateful Dead plays music. And by the way, he was a deadhead. I'm like, you know, 19, 20 years old, whatever. And probably around your age. And I was like, yeah, Grateful Dead are cool. But it just stuck with me. What does that mean? You know, to kind of live your life like the Grateful Dead plays music. Dude, it doesn't matter. How much do you want to self-actualize? You know? I mean, how much do you just want to live life all the time, as much as possible, at the fullest? You know? And once you decide on that, you know, getting a master's degree and a law degree will just be part of the dream. You know, part of living the dream. So, but that's probably not, you know, I can't assume that you're going to think that way. I don't regret a moment of, you know, any day of law school. I mean, it was just an awesome education, and, you know, I don't know, you know, regardless of what I do in the future, because of that degree, I'll probably be overqualified and paid quite well for whatever I do. And the same thing with the master's degree. It's about, you know, stretching what your abilities are and figuring it out, you know, what it is that you love to do and what inspires you. And I mean, I don't want to sound like, you know, Mr. Positive, you know, motivational guy. It's not about that. It's about finding a way of motivating yourself, not having somebody motivate you, being able to do that and get into the state yourself. Who cares if I can get there? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, education, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's more important to get your education than it is to make your first million, because quite frankly, you can make your first million at 30 years old, and I can tell you, if you have a master's degree and a law degree, it feels a lot better. Any other questions? Listen, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to leave, but I want you over the next 2 days to take advantage of the mentors like Stephen mentioned. When you get a private moment, pull Stephen aside and thank him. Do not, and I repeat, do not allow yourself to give up over the next 2 days. Make this an experiential journey similar to or greater than anything you've ever experienced. If you are contemplating giving up, I want you to stand up and do that crazy thing. I want you to stand up and do the Tony Robbins. He actually has a show on NBC right now called Breakthrough. And break through whatever it is that's, you know, that voice in your head that's telling you you can't, or the voice in your head that's saying, I'm not good enough. You know what? You're better than good enough. You're better than I am. I just have tapped in and focus on self-actualization and excellence. And I have great mentors who keep stretching what I even personally believe I'm capable of. So thank you so much.
Appreciate it.